All right, so my name is Darlene McQueen. I'm an account executive here at Retail Control Systems. And as Ryan mentioned, we're going to take you through RCS and NCR Counterpoint for Goodwills. I'm going to shut off my camera here. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free and add them to the chat as we go along, and then we'll answer questions at the end of the presentation. So we're going to talk about how Counterpoint can help you improve your speed of transactions at point of sale. We'll talk about some of the features that will allow you to minimize shrinkage, retain customers, and increase donations. Control inventory with the inventory system that's built into Counterpoint, as well as some specialized tools that we integrate with. We'll also talk about reports and features that will allow you the ability to manage and optimize your staff, and then other add-on applications that can help you extend beyond point of sale. So a little bit about who Retail Control Systems is. We've been around since 1987. We are an NCR Platinum Counterpoint provider. NCR Counterpoint is all that we do. We have nationwide support offices throughout the US. We have a dedicated team of NCR Counterpoint specialists. We provide superior services for long-term success. So everything from initial discovery to training, implementation services, ongoing support, go live assistance, and account management. We can do all of that for you. And then today we service roughly about 4,000 retail stores nationwide. Some of the services that we provide include managed hosting. In fact, out of the 23, I think, or so Goodwills that we work with today, I'd say 80% of those Goodwills are hosted on our Aero platform, which we'll talk more about. We provide, again, project and implementation, training, support, customizations, development, integration services, and data conversion. So if you're using a system today and you're concerned about bringing your data over, we can certainly do that for you. As far as support services, we offer preferred care. You get access to our standard support Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. When you call in, you'll reach a technician. Today, we currently have a hold time of roughly about 30 to 40 seconds. So you'll get a live technician to speak to Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. And then we provide critical care support for anything outside of those hours, 24/7, 365 days a year. So essentially what that means is on the weekend, if you're having an issue with your receipt printer not printing, you can simply call an 800 number, you'll leave a message, and someone on call will respond to your message. Typical turnaround time for that is anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Email support, phone support, we provide access to a web portal. And if you have an IT team that wants to manage the tickets in that portal, we provide management ticket access to that as well. So you can look at all the tickets from all your stores that are being issued on that portal. Remote access for troubleshooting, Premier SLA. We provide technical newsletters and support notes, support reporting and analytics. And then we provide a number of ongoing educational tools and services. In fact, the picture that you see there is Ariel, and I'm going to have Ariel jump on just to say a few words about herself. She is our thrift enthusiast and our Goodwill account manager. So Ariel, why don't you take it away and introduce yourself?
Thanks, Darlene. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Darlene. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me join today. I'm really excited for all the great organizations that have decided to join us. So as Darlene mentioned, I am the account manager for Thrift. I'm the senior account manager at Retail Control Systems, and we take your organizations very seriously. Your mission to help impacted communities and people that just need more assistance than others, serving and helping people find meaningful work and improve their lives, and also keeping tons and tons and tons of garbage out of the landfills. I'm very passionate about all of those things. So my job as your account manager is to make sure that your business is successful, that you are reaching your goals, that you are more profitable, that we streamline the process at the checkout for your cashiers, for your customers, that we help you increase your donations at the point of sale, that we help you to get better analytics so that you can make wiser choices and streamline and save money wherever you can and increase revenue wherever you can. And that's how we help to serve in your industry. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to be working with many of you in the near future. And thank you for what you do. Thank you for serving your communities and for serving our environment. Really excited to work with you.
Great. Thanks, Ariel. So in addition to a dedicated account manager, and I don't think Ariel mentioned that she does do quarterly business reviews. So when you come on board with Counterpoint, she'll work with you on a day-to-day basis, so handle all of your needs, but she'll also do a quarterly business review to make sure that, you know, all your goals that you set for the system are aligning appropriately and that you're meeting your goals, and then you know about, you know, future products and so forth that you can take advantage of. Plus, NCR provides a knowledge base that you have access to. Counterpoint has tutorial videos that will help training your staff, training yourselves, and RCS has an incredible library of pre-recorded YouTube videos and also ongoing web training that is hosted live as well. In fact, I believe this recording that we're doing today will also end up on the RCS YouTube channel as well. Right. Did I skip one? Okay. Let's talk a little bit about hosting. So RCS provides scalable hosting solution built on Microsoft Azure. We provide state-of-the-art servers, supercharged speeds, national coverage, 24/7, 365 days a year security, expert monitoring, load balancing, on-demand scaling. So with regard to load balancing, like let's say on those busy Saturday sale days, you have all your stores are active and you're very, very busy. What load balancing means is that it's going to balance the servers accordingly, so you're not seeing any degradation in performance, even though all your stores are very, very active. On-demand scaling lets you easily add stores. So if you need to add stores, 1 or 2 a year, we can easily just, add those locations on the data center and help you with your store setup, and then you're good to go. Two-factor authentication helps you meet all the necessary PCI DSS rules and regulations that are out there, on top of keeping your business secure. And then, of course, our data center is fully PCI DSS compliant and SOC 2 compliant. This is just a snapshot of some of the Goodwills that we work with. We're happy to provide you references, contacts, if you want to reach out to them as well. But again, I think it's roughly about 23 different Goodwill organizations that we work with, in addition to several other thrift stores. So let's take a look at NCR Counterpoint. There's a quote here on the side here from Tim Ward, who is one of our customers. He has been with us since 2011, hosted on the data center, and happy to provide you with contact information if you want to reach out to him as well. We also have a success story that we can share with regards to his organization. So Counterpoint is a fully integrated solution that provides you with the features that you need for point of sale, the ability to manage loss prevention. You can have either a button interface, or you can barcode all your merchandise. Barcode features are built into Counterpoint, but we also interface with RoBarT, which we're going to talk about here today, which allows you the ability to have a kind of a touchscreen interface for backroom production, and then analytics and so forth. Integrated payment processing, the ability to capture customers and donors on the fly. You can also institute a points-based loyalty program. We have integrated gift cards. The inventory solution allows you to do, maintain quantities in inventory, do physical inventory, print barcodes, and then we also have mobile inventory solutions that are available as well. If you purchase new goods, then there's an automated purchasing system built in where the system will actually tell you what to buy based on quantity and stock levels. You can also utilize Counterpoint to move merchandise from one store to the other. So if one store has an overabundance of shorts and the other store doesn't, and you want to make those transfers, you can transfer that merchandise from store A to store B. And then the transfer documentation keeps track of kind of where that is in transit until it actually gets received in at the other store. There are hundreds of reports that are built into Counterpoint. Sales analysis reports, management reports, inventory analysis reports, but we also provide you with the option to integrate with BI tools. We have several Goodwills who are using Tableau, Domo, Power BI, in business BI tools to provide web-based reporting, phone-based reporting, those kind of things. And then we provide subscriptions. NCR has subscription offers for mobile point of sale. So if you're looking to do line busting during the holidays, or maybe curbside pickup, or maybe sidewalk sales, mobile point of sale is perfect for that. Smart Alerts is a very popular feature for Goodwills. It allows you the ability to set up triggers within the Counterpoint system that say, if this happens, I want you to notify a manager so they can act immediately. And a great example for that would be utilizing the loss prevention tools. You can actually set a trigger up on the user ID that you might want to be monitoring. When they log into the system, if they're doing transactions like a price override or a refund or a return, you can actually set a threshold that says, after X amount of returns, I want a message sent to me so I can confront the cashier. And that's essentially what Smart Alerts does. It allows you, it sends push notifications to defined individuals in the organization. Loss prevention tools. You can also use Smart Alerts to do cash drops. It can notify you if there's a large purchase. So maybe the manager wants to come up and congratulate that person for, making that large purchase, or help them out to their car, things like that. So it's a great tool and very popular with Goodwills. We also offer an email marketing solution that allows you the ability to take the information that's captured in the Counterpoint application and do targeted mailings. So at point of sale, if you capture customers' information at the ticket section and attach that to the order, the system starts to track when that customer buys and what they buy, and then you can do targeted emails based on that. So we miss your campaign. If they haven't shopped in the store after 30 days, you can actually set up a set it and forget it campaign that automatically sends an email out to the customer saying, hey, we haven't seen you in 30 days. We have some great new items. Come and check it out. So it's a great tool, very popular as well. Now, we've done some enhancements that are specific for Goodwill. Color rotation. So you have the ability to define up to 6 different colors, and you define your starting color week. And then the system starts to track as you're receiving merchandise in. It tracks what color week you're on. And then you can set up automated discounts, like say on the 4th week. Say you have 5 weeks, on the 4th week, you want to do 50% off before you pull it off the floor. We set up an automated discount based on that color rotation. So you never have to think about it. It automatically rotates. We also have a KPI reporting tool that allows you the ability to capture key pieces of data that you feel are important to your business. So maybe a donor count, number of Gaylords processed, customer counts, whatever it is that you want to track, you have the ability to define that and then assign it to a store, and then the system will produce KPI reports for you. We have a donation roundup tool that allows you the ability to set a script at the end of the transaction that says, would you like to round up your change to help your local community? Something like that, whatever you want that message to be, you can customize that. We have in the past done some scale integrations. So for some of the outlet stores that need to integrate with scales, we've done that. We have a loyalty coupon mod. So Counterpoint has a points-based loyalty program built in, but we've taken it a step further where once a consumer reaches their threshold for points, it will actually kick out a coupon. So what you see there on the screen, and with a barcode, and allow them to get, whatever the percentage is, because you define that. This example is 25% off their next purchase. And then it will reset the loyalty points once that coupon is printed. So good, a lot of Goodwills love that and use that solution as well. The email scheduler program allows you the ability to schedule reports to be delivered to executives on, a set date. So every Monday they get key reports, or every day they get key reports so that they can see how all the stores are doing. And then we have an integration with RoBarT to help on the production side. Let's talk about RoBarT. So RoBarT is a program that was built for Goodwills by Goodwill Central, Arizona. It's an easy to use touchscreen interface. It allows you the ability to capture production analytics, and it will roll up to a reporting tool, a web-based reporting tool. You have the ability to track donation sources. So if you want to track that throughout the sales process and report on it, all of those features are available within RoBarT. You can track the sell-through, the producer, the department, the item. You can print tickets on demand. So if you want to print one ticket at a time, you can certainly do that. Supports multiple item categories and sizes. So I'm going to show you an example of some of the screens, but I want you to visualize how you set it up, because that's how we'll set it up. So if you only have men's shirts, $4.99, and you want a barcode printed based on that, then that's how it gets set up for you. Okay, but I'm going to show you kind of all the different options that you have with RoBarT, so you can start visualizing what you might want to change. And then it will produce web-based reports for production summary, a sell-through by processor, estimated production on the floor, and then production week-over-week comparisons. So this is kind of a simulation of the program. So you start by selecting your production cycle week. So what the color week is. Then you're going to choose, the department. So women's clothes, men's, children, what have you. Then if you break it down by type of garment, then you'll have this category. If you don't, and you just choose women, and then you go to price point, then you'll be skipping these slides. So I just want to point that out. It doesn't have to be this intense. It's only if you want it to be. And then you can choose your donation source. And then you have the ability to choose a quantity, choose a size, and choose a grade. So this would be if you wanted good, better, best scenario. So RoBarT does support that. So this would be choosing the grade. And this would be if you were just selling based on price point. So you want the quantity, the size, and the price point. And RoBarT and RCS will work with you to set your items up accordingly, so that it works with the production tool. And then once you've done that, it allows you the ability to print out those labels. It'll print on sticky tags or tags, and also sticky labels and different color labels as well. And the labels that you're looking at there's a barcode. So this is a barcode for the merchandise. And then the QR code is for the analytics piece. These are some of the reports. So this is the production summary, actual versus quota. So you can see I have my quota here, and then my actual numbers, and then I have a graph up top. This is the estimated product on the floor. So these are my stores, and then I can break it down by actual categories here. And then sell through by processor reports. And then those are just a few, but there are a ton of other reports that are available from RoBarT. So I want to talk about hardware for a second. So NCR Counterpoint is a Windows-based application. So it's going to run on Windows technology. We do provide all-in-one terminals, and we have 4 different options, you know, from the NCR CX7s, which are a great unit, but a little bit more on the pricier side, to more budget-friendly options. So we can talk about all of that with you if you have an interest in getting all-in-one units, touchscreen terminals. As far as credit card processing is concerned, so Counterpoint is optimized out of the box to work with NCR Payments. NCR Payments is by, of course, NCR. We do allow you the option, though, to open that up to work with other payment platforms. So if you have First Data or WorldPay or Chase Payment Tech and you want to work with those platforms, certainly we can do that for you. Now, the benefits of going the NCR payment route is that you get discounts on competitive processing rates, discounts on the gateway, and then discounts on the certified payment terminals. So there are some benefits, and we always encourage you to, if you're looking to come with RCS, let's take a look at what we can save you. Because we have saved Goodwills in the neighborhood of $20,000 a year just by going from their current payment platform to the NCR Payments platform. Now, Counterpoint is certified to work with Ingenicos and Equinox terminals. I didn't add this to the slide, but they also now support the Equinox terminals. So the Ingenicos would be the 3000, the 5000, and 7000 series. And then the Equinox terminals as well. The terminals need to be injected with NCR Secure Pay. So NCR Secure Pay is the gateway that securely handles that credit card. The gateway turns it into, the software that resides on that turns it into a token-based, a token. So once the card is injected, it turns that card into a token. And then it goes through the internet out to the host base to settle that. To get authorization, and then comes back into your store in token format. So completely point to point, no credit card information is exposed at your store. Everything is done offsite, so offsite processing. Now, if you're looking to the future and you think a kiosk might be in your site, NCR does offer kiosk solutions for point of sale. So it integrates with Counterpoint. Counterpoint, you're pricing your items as the system of record. And then we also offer some optional cash recyclers. So if you want to take cash, you can do that. It'll work with that as well. Very easy to use interface designed for consumer to check themselves out. And then if you have some unique integrations, RCS has basically done it all. So we are an integrator as well. We've integrated back-end inventory warehousing to Counterpoint, financial, CRM, BI tools, gift and loyalty, e-commerce, tax-based software. I mean, everything that you can possibly imagine, we've actually done it. All right, so let's take a look at Counterpoint. When you log into Counterpoint, you're going to choose your company. You're going to choose your user ID, and then you'll have a password. Now, we do have employee swipe cards that will allow you to swipe a card as opposed to entering in your password. It is a PCI compliant application, so it does require complex passwords. But in this case, I do have it turned off, so I don't have to, but we don't recommend that. So I'm going to go ahead and log into Counterpoint. All right, so this is Counterpoint. So when you log into Counterpoint, based on how you log in is what you're going to see. So I'm logging in as a manager. So I'm seeing everything that is available to me so I can show you what Counterpoint is all about. So the way securities works is you're going to create a user, and then you're going to assign that user to a group. And that group would have, you know, certain rights and privileges, and they may even also have a specific menu, because you can set up menu groups based on users as well. So for example, if I'm a cashier and I'm only giving them access to the point of sale terminal, when the cashier group logs in, that's all they're going to see is their point of sale terminal. Okay. So what you're seeing here are my recently used. So this is kind of where I went last when I was in this program. These are my favorites. So you can go to any application and say, you know, I want to add that to my favorites menu, and then it will appear on your favorites menu. You can search for anything in Counterpoint. So if you're looking for a specific report, I can just start typing that report, and then I have quick access to that. Let me see. This allows you the ability to clock in and clock out. So Counterpoint has a feature that allows you to clock in and clock out. It's a great feature for allowing you to see like key reports for time of day analysis. So you can optimize your staff and so forth. So we do recommend that you turn on the time clock when your cashiers are logging in, so you can capture those important details. We actually do have a Goodwill who actually uses this as a kind of a time and attendance program. They actually have a laptop set up in the back where they have everybody logging into Counterpoint through that laptop, and then they export that data and they share it with their payroll system. So it's and I don't want to oversell it. It's not an HR system in any way, but it will allow you to track time, edit time, and then report that. So on the left-hand side is where you'll see the applications that come standard with Counterpoint. So point of sale, this is where all your point of sale transactions take place. So this is where I would launch my touch screen. This is where I post my transactions. This is where you would manage your drawers. So, you know, activate your drawers, do cash drops, count down your drawers, reconcile, etc. And then each application has its own set of reports. So I'm in point of sale, so this is where I would go to look at my journal reports. So if I want to print a drawer summary or my Z-tape report, when I close out my drawers, I can certainly do that. And then you have access to views. Views give you quick access to the data within Counterpoint. So if you wanted to just go in quickly to check on a ticket, you would just go to views. This is going to get me into Counterpoint to just query tickets or orders, layaways, holds, and quotes. So these are all the different transaction types you can do in Counterpoint. Inventory is where you're going to go to create the items that you're going to sell in your store. It's where you're going to manage barcodes for Counterpoint. And then you can also do kits. So during the holidays, if you want to put a group of items together to sell as a single item, you can do sales kits. You can do miscellaneous kits and then kits that allow you to upsell. So it might show a prompt on the screen where the cashier says, you know, would you like to add batteries to that that toy that you just purchased? And then if they say yes, you can add the AA batteries. So those are some nice features. So you can use kits to sell as groups, or you can use them for upselling purposes. There's a physical inventory feature built in. So if you perform physical inventory in your store, you have the ability to free sections of your store, you know, do cycle counting, and integrate with the CP mobile application, which allows you the ability to capture those counts. As I mentioned earlier, you have the ability to transfer merchandise. So you can move merchandise from one store to another store. You can even do a transfer advice report. And basically what that does is it'll go out and look at all the different stores and allow you to say, okay, well, tell me what, I want the system to tell me by looking at all the stores, what I should be transferring out. And so that's essentially what a transfer advice report will do. Pricing and promotions. So this is where you would go to set up any special promotions that you have. So mix and matches would be your BOGOs. So buy one, get one at 50% off. Specials might be your color of the week special. It happens the same day of the week, every week. And promotions would be start and end date promos. So what's the next holiday coming up? 4th of July. So let's say you want to do a 4th of July promo that's going to end, that's going to start on July 2nd at 8 a.m. and it's going to end on July 5th or July 4th at, 9 a.m. 9 p.m. So whatever it is you want to define, and you can define certain categories. So maybe you want that special to just be on colors, or maybe apparel, or household merchandise. Whatever it is, you can set that up in promotional pricing. Contract pricing would be an employee discount. It would be a military, a senior. You can set it up behind the scenes, but in order for that to be activated, you would need to bring in the customer to the transaction. So you have to add that customer. Their customer record has to be defined as an employee, and then it automatically gives them their discount. And then price sheets, we'll talk about that. This essentially allows you to do blanket price changes. So if you're going to do a 10% discount on all apparel, or then you can use price sheets to do that. If you're going to make 10% increase or decrease on all apparel, you could do that as well here. This would be a permanent thing. This would be more of a promotion. Inventory has views as well. So I like to show this one because it allows you the ability to look at all your items in all of your stores. You can see what your quantities are, what's on purchase order, if it's a purchased product, what's in transit. So it's a nice view. And this is a filter. And anywhere in Counterpoint where you see this allows you the ability to drill down to specific data. So if I just wanted to look at my store one, and I want to look at just my clothing, I can drill down specifically on that. And anywhere in Counterpoint where you see like a header, if you do a right click, you can export data. So even if you like working with Excel and you want to filter down data and export that into Excel, you can do things like that. And then the column designer lets you put more things in here. So if you wanted to add more things into this view, you could do that with column designer. So really you can make this this detailed lookup essentially whatever you want it to be. All right, I'm going to breeze through so we don't, let me do a time check here. Want to make sure I leave some time at the end for questions. Customers, real quick, that's just where your customers are going to live. For the most part, you're going to be adding customers on the fly. You can even do some customer maintenance on the fly. If you want to add email addresses or phone numbers, you can do that on the fly, and then they'll live in the customer record. There is a loyalty program built into Counterpoint. So this just is where you can go to adjust points accordingly. And then you could get some customer-based reports here. Purchasing, there's a full purchasing system built in. So the ability to have the system tell you what to buy based on replenishment, based on mins and maxes, based on days of supply. So if you buy new goods, this is a great feature. But I'm not going to get too into this today. And then receivings, you have a couple of ways that you can receive merchandise. You can receive with or without a PO in Counterpoint. And then of course, RoBarT not only allows you the ability to tag merchandise, but it also will receive merchandise into the store for you. Okay. We don't have a built-in e-commerce system. What this is just a connector. You have to have some kind of a connection piece, either an API to your e-commerce site or a connector. We connect with like Shopify, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and we have some special connectors. But this basically just allows you to move the data from your item master file into the e-commerce site. I mentioned time cards. So again, that just allows you to clock in, clock out, edit time, save time, export time, etc. Data interchange allows you the ability to import data into Counterpoint and then export data out. So if you have a system today that you're using and you want to get the data out of your Counterpoint system, this is where we typically start. So we'll provide you with a CSV file, Excel template essentially, that will allow you to populate your items into that, and then we'll just move it into Counterpoint through data interchange. Okay, so you can export data out of Counterpoint and import data in through the data interchange tool. The system file lets you do your accounting interface. So Counterpoint does have some direct interfaces, but we basically worked with every accounting system out there, and we can provide an interface, whether it's direct or export to your accounting system. So again, your accounts payable, your general ledger application, Counterpoint will do everything related to the store, and then it provides you with a distribution file or an interface to your accounting application. And then the setup feature. So this is where we're going to go in and help you set up Counterpoint to function for your business. So if I go to quick setup real quick, I just like to show this. This is where you can actually make some fields unique for your business. So I actually have a field here for color. In the customer record, I want to track birth months, and that's actually going to allow me the ability in the email marketing tool to send out promotions to my customers based on their birth month. As long as I capture that information at point of sale, it'll store it in the database and allow me to use that. So again, these are free-formed fields that you can turn on and make your own. So they'll be unique for your business. All right, and then some of the enhancements, we talked about color rotation. So this is a tool that allows you the ability to set up your colors by store. So if some of your stores have different color sequences, not a problem. So you get to define the color sequences by store, and you have up to 6, and you can define what that's based on. So it can be based on a subcategory or maybe a profile field or an attribute. So whatever makes sense for your business. And then you have your starting color date, and then it rotates accordingly and allows you to discount and lets you know when you need to pull merchandise off the floor. And then I don't have the kiosk up and running, but we talked about the kiosk application. Production would be RoBarT, which we talked about. And then the KPI tool is basically allows you to define what you want to track. So donor count, traffic count, hang count, whatever that is. And you probably wouldn't need hang count if you're using RoBarT, because it's going to track all of that information for you. And then it allows you the ability to assign that to the stores. Anything you see here with an asterisk, Counterpoint is already counting. So this is coming right out of Counterpoint. But then it just basically produces those KPI reports for you. All right, so let's jump into point of sale. Let's take a look at the point of sale application. So I'm going to click the point of sale. Actually, I could get there a few ways. Let me go to my favorites and I'll hit the touch screen. It's asking me to log in, so I'm going to log in with my user ID. And if I'm working in a different store today, I can select that store, but today I'm in 401, which is my normal default. So it's defaulting my store, my station, and drawer. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my drawer. Now, when it comes to activating a drawer, you can put in your activation amount, or if you want to count your cash units, or you have your cashiers do blind counts and they count up their drawers or down their drawers, you can do that as well. So we provide that functionality for you. Okay, so my drawer is activated. I'm loading my touch screen. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. Everything you see here is completely customizable. So I actually have my color sequences set up here. But again, it's entirely up to you how you want to set that up. Up here, I have my hold, my recall, my help button, the home button to get back to the page. Let me move this in case you're seeing it. Get that out of the way. All right. Your cursor sets on this when you begin a transaction, or if you're the type of user who wants to capture customer information, we can set Counterpoint up so it prompts for customer details at the beginning of every transaction. So in order to get out of that, they have to hit cancel, but it prompts the cashier to say, are you part of our VIP program? to capture their details. So we can set it up that way. Let me go ahead and do a few transactions, and then we'll talk more about some of these buttons here. So I'm going to go ahead and scan a couple of items. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and use my touch screen to add some items. So you can sell from the buttons, or you can barcode merchandise as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add some items here. These are immediately popping in the prices because that's how I have those buttons set up. But I also wanted to show you that if I go into the Blue Week and I select pants, I can also set up my screens by price point. So again, however you want to set your screens up, you can do that with Counterpoint. If I hit brand name, it's going to prompt me to put in a price. Okay. All right, and if I had a few pink items, I think that's what's on rotation right now for discounting. So you can see it's discounting that 50% off here. All right, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and hit the pay button. Now, our new roundup feature at this point of the transaction would pop a message up on the screen and have the cashier say, you know, whatever you script out for them, would you like to donate to help your local community, round up your change? But here I don't have that message set up, so I'm just going to hit round up. Okay, and it's going to round up to 41. And then I'm going to hit my pay button. So I have some preset denominations here, but you can take multiple payment tenders at the point of sale station. And then I can email a receipt, print a receipt, or even print a gift receipt. So we'll go ahead and print that receipt. So here's my receipt. These are all my transactions. Here's my donation. And then I could have done something like you saved X amount. You can do that by store in the setup features. So I don't have that turned on, but if I did, it would say here that you've saved X amount of dollars based on that, the pink rotation discount. You can put your logo at the top of the receipt. This is your detail information that you can actually customize. You have like 5 lines of 50 characters each to put in some messaging. So maybe about your mission, maybe you want to market your website, maybe a special event, and you can do that on the bottom as well. I'm utilizing a lot of that functionality to get my store hours. And then the barcode that you see there, that is for validated return. So if I bring back merchandise as a cashier, I simply have to scan that barcode. It will call up the transaction and then I can return the merchandise. Okay. If you want to also email a receipt, you do have the ability to capture email addresses at point of sale. So you could actually enter their email address here and then email them the receipt. All right. I'm going to do a couple of other transactions here. First, I want to show you the lookup functionality. So if somebody brought up, let's say the mask of Zorro, and it didn't have a receipt on it, I could hit a barcode on it. I could hit the magnifying glass and just type in what I'm looking for, keyword search. It will show me the mask of Zorro. I can simply add that into my transaction. Or let's say I want to see if I have quantities available in other stores. I could hit this zoom button and it's going to zoom into details about this item. So allow me the ability to see what I have in stock at other locations. I can look at recent sales for that item. I can even click this link and it will drill down to the last sale that I did for the Mask of Zorro. And then you can have item notes as well. I don't know what I have in here, but I guess I do have a prompt. So this is an automatic note. And when I add this Mask of Zorro to the ticket, this should pop up as well. So that's an automatic note. Another way to upsell. So let me go ahead and add that. And there we go. So I can just hit close here. Okay. Images, you can set up images for your system, and wherever you place them is where they're going to stay on your point of sale screen. So if you want them to stay here, put them over there and they'll just stay there as other images pop up. And again, you don't have to have images. You might want images for really expensive items in the store that you want to make sure people aren't switching tags on. But for the most part, I don't believe that images are used too much for Goodwills, but it's a great feature. It's a good loss prevention feature. If you need it, it's there. And then we'll add a couple of other items. And then we will go ahead and add a customer to the ticket. And so let me just type in, let me see here. What do I have that? Okay, so we're going to add Dave to the ticket. And then once you have a customer in view, you can do the same thing with Zoom. So let's say I wanted to look at Dave's recent sales. Let's say Dave comes into the store and says, I was in here last week and I purchased, you know, some men's jeans and I lost my receipt. Is there any way you could reprint that receipt for me? If you go to the Zoom button and then recent sales, you can actually call up that transaction. And again, this is a permission-based feature, so you have to have the rights to do so. But you can look at the details of that transaction, and then you can even reprint a receipt if you want to. Okay. So that's a nice feature, great customer service feature. So we'll add Dave to the ticket. And actually, what I could do as well is let me edit Dave's details. So this is customer from lookup. So you can add a customer on the fly easily. You can utilize their phone number as their customer number. And you can add them to the loyalty program. I could add Dave's birth month here. Let's say I want to edit that here on screen. So again, some really nice features. So we've added Dave's birth month for promotions. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pay, and we'll round up the transaction again. Pay with $60 here, and then we'll print the receipt. Now, because I added Dave into the transaction and he is part of my loyalty program, it's showing me what his point balance is and how many points he earned for this ticket. All right, and then refunds. I'll just talk about that because I just saw the barcode. So if a customer has a barcode and they're returning merchandise, you click the return button, scan the barcode, it will find that transaction. If they don't have the receipt and you allow them to return anyway, you have the ability to look it up by document, by store, by ticket date range, by the customer. So if you're capturing customer information, again, that's a nice feature, by item number or card. So if they give you the card that they used, you can scan that card, it should find the transaction. It's actually going to be looking for the unique token that was created when they made the original purchase. So it's not looking for the actual credit card, but the unique token, because that's the only thing stored in Counterpoint. And then once you find the ticket, you can go ahead and return that merchandise. All right. So we have 10 more minutes. I'm going to talk about a few features here on the touchscreen. First, let me talk about discounts. In Counterpoint, there are 3 ways to discount. You can do pricing and promotions, which I already mentioned. That's in inventory. When you go to pricing, you set up those promotions in advance. So again, something has to trigger it. If it's a date-specific promotion, then it's going to be the date, the start date and the end date that triggers and ends that promotion. If it's a customer-driven promotion, you have to pull the customer into that transaction to give them that promo. And so that's the promotions or price rules, which are the behind the scenes. You also can do discount codes, which is what you're looking at here. So I have some discount codes set up where the cashier can go ahead and click a button and add that discount to the ticket. So if I hit $5 off $20 or more, it's actually going to keep this line here on the top of the screen until I get to my $20 before it gives me that 5% discount. And then the other way you can discount is you can have a discount item in Counterpoint. So that if you scan a barcode, and then it will, apply that discount to the ticket. All right. You can hold a transaction. So if somebody forgets their wallet, you want to hold the transaction and recall it, you can do that. You can set up some promotions or coupons. So I have some set up here. I'm using price rules to do this. So if I do have some promotions out there, you can create a barcode for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then scan that barcode and it will give that discount on that merchandise. Counterpoint has a built-in gift card program. So you can actually sell gift cards. You can sell in multiples. You can authorize them. You can adjust gift cards in Counterpoint. Again, it's all built into the Counterpoint system, so there's no processing fees involved. So you know, if the gift card isn't redeemed, that money stays with you. It doesn't stay with the processor. And again, there's no fees associated with that. There's a message center built into Counterpoint, which is a really nice feature. It allows the corporate location to communicate. It can be one-way or two-way communication, but most people use this as a one-way messaging board to the cashiers. So if there's a child lost in the store, or they want to get a message out to the cashiers to sell gift cards or whatever your message is, it'll pop up right on the point of sale station and provide that message to the cashiers. All right, I think that is pretty much it for the presentation. Oh, we do have a couple questions coming in.
Here's one that just came in. Can you track a coupon so each customer can only use it once?
Yes, that's actually an enhancement, but we do have one-time use coupons, and they can be tied to loyalty or not. So it really depends on, we've done a couple of different scenarios, so it depends on what you're looking for.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great day.
Bye.